Hello there. Thank you so much for joining us. This is News Channel Nebraska. My name's Eric McKay. Let's take a look at our top headlines today. We've got about a month ago before the 2025 legislative session, and Governor Jim Pillen is touting some familiar priorities. In a statement over the weekend, the governor outlined his top priorities for the upcoming unicameral session. Not surprisingly, taxes are front and center again, with Governor Pillen saying he wants to see more done with the public school funding formula to provide property tax relief. He also once again brought up changing Nebraska back to winner-take-all in presidential elections. He'd expressed an interest in changing Nebraska's electoral vote split this past year, but didn't have the votes. Pillen also showed support for so-called bathroom bills, which target transgendered individuals, and said he would like to see Nebraska pass a law banning the sale of lab-grown meat. The 109th legislative session convenes on January 8th. Now, the rates of respiratory illnesses in the U.S. remain pretty low, but experts say they're concerned that low vaccination rates could threaten that. Recent CDC data shows levels of COVID-19 are nearly the lowest they've been since the start of the pandemic. Hospital visits for the flu and RSV are also low, but are starting to rise. Hospital visits for COVID-19, flu, and RSV are all low in Nebraska currently. The CDC says vaccination will be key in preventing hospitalizations from the diseases. However, the agency says the vaccination rates for COVID-19 and the flu are low, especially among children. A small town celebrating a new multi-million-dollar fire hall. The ribbon was cut Sunday on a new fire station for the Valley Fire Department out in Douglas County. The $7 million facility replaces the old station, which was 70 years old. The money for the new building was raised thanks to voters approving a local option sales tax back in 2021. Department leaders say the new building has room for more emergency response vehicles. It also has a new training tower and fitness center for the firefighters.
The old building, you used to have to walk sideways to get around trucks. It was just tight. It was very tight. We had several additions added on over the years. This year alone, we're already up over 100 calls from last year at this date. So it's already every year our call volume increases. So this building is built for that next phase of, serving the community as that call volume increases.
In addition to the ribbon cutting, Sunday's event also served as a free will donation pancake feed to help raise money for miscellaneous items that aren't budgeted for. Valley's fire department has about 40 firefighters on the roster answering calls across about 6,000 people annually. Shoppers at Norfolk Salvation Army have no doubt noticed the locked doors recently, but there's an exciting reason for that. The store's relocating to a brand new building, temporarily pausing operations to move their inventory and equipment swiftly. Hanky Hazelton spoke with the Salvation Army about the significance of the move.
It has been years that we've been working towards this opportunity for this facility. It allows us to expand programs and to be able to meet the needs of our community through the additional spaces.
Originally, the Salvation Army had a small food pantry that could cater large gatherings. In October alone, they served 1,000 people, but now with the new building, it can accommodate so much more among many other opportunities.
But here we have a larger food pantry, which allows us to have it all in one space and to have it very organized to be able to meet the needs of our community. In addition, we have a large kitchen and dining room, a gym, and a chapel and classroom spaces, as well as a large warehouse location, which allows us to be able to receive donations through semi-trucks or through pickup trucks.
Major Kelly Trejo says the Salvation Army is said to be the best kept secret. People in Norfolk or Northeast Nebraska did not know everything the Salvation Army has to offer, which is why we are excited to show them so much more.
We offer social services through food pantry and rental and utility assistance. We also can assist with clothing or furniture vouchers. In addition, we have an after-school program, which is Monday through Friday, and kids can come right after school to be able to receive a snack and a dinner, as well as assistance with homework and opportunities to learn.
With limited space in a building once housing 16,000 square feet, the Salvation Army has doubled in size, boasting a new space of 36,000 square feet, which has customers very excited.
As people walk through, they just think it's beautiful, and then they move to the next space, like our gym, and go, wow, you just have not had anything like this before.
In Norfolk, Hanky Hazelton, News Channel, Nebraska.
Well, it was officially a record-breaking Black Friday for online shopping. New numbers from Adobe Analytics show that online shoppers spent $10.8 billion on Black Friday, up a full billion from last year. And Adobe says they expect Cyber Monday to be even bigger. MasterCard reports online Black Friday sales were up nearly 15%, while in-store sales grew less than 1%. So what were people buying? MasterCard says jewelry, electronics, and apparel were the top purchases. It is that time of year where people are making their lists, checking them twice, but holiday shoppers have something else to think about. What should they get now in case President-elect Trump's proposed tariffs go into effect? Take smartphones, a favorite gift during the holidays. Well, experts say now's the time to get one. A recent analysis from the Consumer Technology Association suggests that prices could go up by 26% because of proposed tariffs on imports from China. They manufacture the majority of smartphones. You should also consider replacing that household appliance that may be on the fritz now. The National Retail Federation says the tariffs would cause the price of the average appliance to go up nearly 20%. Other products that would cost more include gaming consoles and laptops. People who have access to some economic state benefits had to file over 1,200 fraud complaints during the last fiscal year with the state of Nebraska's fraud investigation team. Nebraska's DHHS reminding everyone to be aware, specifically around the holidays, for scammers. They share a few tips. Be careful when an unknown phone number is calling. Ask questions, don't give out valuable information, and check those transactions to see if anything looks out of place. The state says it was able to reclaim over $500,000 at an average of about $450 per complaint, but of course not all of them can be resolved. Now, a lot of holiday shopping happens nowadays even before Thanksgiving, but there's one holiday tradition you can't get an early start on: shopping for real Christmas trees. Leroy Triggs has more from opening weekend at one tree farm in south central Nebraska.
What's Christmas without a tree? People from all over Nebraska and northern Kansas come to Hastings to pick out a Christmas tree from Pine Patch Tree Farm.
Yeah, so this opening weekend, I'm anxious to see how we're sitting right now as it is, but I would hope that after this first weekend, we should be pretty close to being sold out.
Joe Kindig has over 500 City of Michigan trees shipped in, and about 100 sold off the tree patch. Acquiring a tree from the farm has become a tradition for some families, and Joe is happy to be a part of it.
I've said since we owned the tree farm out here that we don't have any customers, all we have is friends making traditionals. So my staff is phenomenal at being able to help making that a special tradition, and I think that that's really what's the special thing out here is no exchange of money, only an exchange of a friendship and being part of their families and watching them grow.
We've been doing this ever since I can remember from when I was young. We always get our Christmas tree and we're always like, it has to be a real tree because we enjoy all the things that come with the real tree and decorating it and putting the lights on, and then obviously the smell of new Christmas tree smell is like my favorite of all time.
For some, a fake tree just doesn't bring the holiday spirit.
Fake trees, they're just, it loses its luster. It's the spirit of coming in with your loved ones and come and picking the spirit of Christmas in your Christmas tree. It's a wonderful thing. It's every year it's the highlight of our year.
So how much does it cost to acquire us one of these nice real trees from Pine Patch Tree Farm? Well, That kind of all depends on your flavor, whether you like them tall or you like them short. Reporting in Hastings, Leroy Triggs, Local 4 News.
Organizers are asking for donations to help keep a holiday tradition that honors veterans alive. Wreaths Across Nebraska honors veterans by placing live wreaths at their headstones. Each year, the Lee Bird Composite Squadron of the Civil Air Patrol tries to place a wreath at every headstone at Fort McPherson National Cemetery near North Platte. They're selling wreaths for $17 a piece at Great Plains Realty in North Platte through Monday. Residents can ask for a wreath to be placed on specific headstones if they'd like. The Wreaths Across America event will be held nationwide on Saturday, December 14th. A new winter tradition has begun in northeast Nebraska. The new ice rink opened for the first time on Saturday at Norfolk's Johnson Park. The rink, one of the finishing touches on the multi-million-dollar rebuild of Norfolk's oldest park. City Parks officials say the rink's being maintained with chillers to keep the icy surface ready throughout the winter. The rink is free to use with skates available to rent and has hours for the public 7 days a week. And the governor and first lady are inviting Nebraskans to 2 holiday events this coming weekend. The annual lighting of the state capitol Christmas tree will be held Sunday following the hometown Christmas at the governor's residence. Governor Jim Pillen said in a statement this year's ceremony will also feature a salute to veterans and active military. The 76th tree lighting will be held in the Capitol Rotunda at 1:30 p.m. on Sunday with the hometown Christmas at 2:30. Both events are free and open to the public. And you can stay up to date with the very latest by following us online. Head to newschannelnebraska.com and click on the News tab there. You can also follow us on X, like us on Facebook and Instagram as well. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.